Namaste, 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 and welcome to this extraordinary update of our time out of time experience here in April. I am Master Lady Kira Ra, and thank you for joining in with us right here. I'm very excited that I was able to find a location where you see that. That is INGAPRICA. That is the only goddess temple in the entire Incan Empire. We are here today because it is such an important moment. And for all of you that were with us last week, and if you have not really had the moment to connect with my longer and expanded version of the April forecast, please, at this YouTube channel, go watch that. That was last Sunday. And you might say, well, gee, Kira, you did so much last Sunday. Why are we here today, right now? Well, we're here today, right now, because this is a critical moment. And I want to just move I think I'm the one causing, there we go. I want you to really Hey guys, can you hear me now? This was Kira's fault. So have I been on mute the entire time? Well, if I have, let me go back 2 seconds and I'm going to take a few extra minutes of your time. So here we go. Mercury retrograde, right? So here we are in this moment right now, in this 2024 experience of time out of time. What you're staring at is what anchored March 1. So as you're gazing at this visual graphic right here in INGAPRICA, and I'm just going to show you again that here we are in this wonderful space. I'm going to stop the share for a minute since that was me culpa, as they say, my fault. Look at that. Look, guys, there she is, INGAPRICA. You see the egg? the egg of creation, the only goddess, priestess, female temple in the entire Incan Empire. This is also the temple where we, many of us, will remember having worked with the seeds of creation itself, with bringing the blessing of the alchemical transformation and the expansion of consciousness into this experience of density. And so right now, we are in a moment where March 25th, when we had that lunar eclipse, and remember, we had that big, huge full moon lunar eclipse on March 25th, was the first part of what I'm really describing as the trishul. It's very much that trinity, the pyramid, that energy. And so when that happened, the rising feminine came up and said, I will dive into the void of that which I am. I will allow creation itself to come forward. And that propulsion began in March 25th. Then when we hit April 1 and the Mercury retrograde came in, Mercury came in and said, this is the rebirth. This is the reunion. This is the remembrance. This is the reminder. This is the moment for you to reclaim outside of all that density tries to make you believe that you are. When we can let go of running around as a victim, a rescuer, and an abuser, we lift and we rise and become the mentor, the teacher, and the healer. Your very presence is the alchemical shift. You walk into a room, people know you're there. Your energy emanates because it transcends the word. And in this time out of time experience that we're being gifted with, that the universe has so harmonically said, this is your moment, as we have had the honor to come to this priestess temple, we are at the moment of the ultimate polarity trying to reveal itself. Remember that from the space of all divine clarity, we are, and we can, and we are in the middle of reclaiming the full awareness that is beyond the question of whether consciousness is evolving. Consciousness is evolving, like it or not. And as we are evolving, it is right now the moment to discover, and I'm going to say again, because you've done this before, and to really invite the self-inquiry. Can we ignite the courage and the integrity? Because you need both together. You need the courage and the integrity. And that's what Shri and I always have been, courage and integrity. And so you need the courage and integrity to invite a peaceful transformation of our own experience of what it is to be human. Can we have the courage and integrity to do that? That is the moment we were at. Or is the paradigm of polarity that is really coming forward right now forcefully putting us into the repetition of a cycle? Look at what's happening right now. Sun, moon, tomorrow in the energy of this extraordinary solar eclipse, that rising male energy, that middle, right? We have that lunar eclipse, March 25th, Mercury retrograde, and then we have the other that's happening tomorrow. So in the middle of all of that, we discover masculine or feminine, peace or war, love or hate. Remember that all polarity is just an experience of the potentiality. We chose to be able to grow this way, to learn this way. It is the energetic flow that sustains our journey of conscious expansion. You know, the April energy moment right now that is rising, everything that we are in, the reason I'm doing this 15-minute valuable update, and aren't you glad you came? And I'm really glad you're here too, is because we are at a time of the interaction between the sun and the moon like we have never seen before. The positive and the negative are all going to play out because all energy is neutral. So in the neutrality of the energy, it doesn't care if you think it's good, it's neutral. And your divine essence, the you that is eternally connected, is having the time of its life. And to remember in this moment that it is our moment to see between the conflicts, to navigate that channel of peace, to look between them, to know they're there, but not let them absorb us. And as we are able to really open our eyes and see between the conflicts, then we can have our inner and our outer resolve. Let's just take a moment and breathe on that, shall we? I'm going to invite you right now to bring your hands to your heart. Let's just do that. And then I'm going to go back to some visuals other than this extraordinary visual, right? So let's bring our hands to our heart. And as my beautiful, amazing husband would always say, bringing in a deep Ave, let's bring that in through our nose. Exhaling, and a smile. Let's do that again. Breathing in, you're going to breathe in Ave up through the nose. And what you're doing is Ave. Ave is a hail. It says, hello, beautiful universe. Hello, beautiful world. Hello, beautiful life, right? And when we exhale with a Sa, it is our infinite presence being offered as a gift without any jealousy, without any greed, without any competition. Imagine our world free from jealousy, greed, and competition. Imagine your life outside of the fear that keeps you trapped in doubt and hesitancy and self-sabotage. That's what we're here to do. That's what this time out of time moment is doing. So let's breathe that in the energy of this extraordinary, I mean, are we blessed to live in Ecuador? You've got to come visit. In this extraordinary, amazing experience that we're in right now. Let's bring our hands in a nice prayer position and let's hold them up. And really, if you can stand, feel that spine, right? We're just going to bring it right up. Feet, my feet are nice and flat. I'm really feeling the vitality and sharing that with you, the pure air and the gift of being at the top of the world with you right now. And so let's breathe in that Ave and exhale and smile, bringing our hands to that prayer position. And I'm going to go to the side so you can see how I do this. And so with our hands in prayer position right now, this is the I am here, igniting the sea of neutrality and my ascended heart. Feel that. Feel you. Because dogma limits you. Outside of all dogma, outside of the brain that seeks to keep you trapped, and I get it, guys, we're all going through it, right? But outside of that, I am here, my eternal self, the one that is so clear and able to be. And in this moment of the time out of time, and remember, you can send your questions into chat. Sue's on with our wonderful Edwin over here. So if you do have questions for me, feel free to ask them. Because what I want to share with you right now, I'm going to go back to where we began. There it is that March 1, this energy anchored for the rest of the year. So what are you staring at? And if you have my mastery planners, and if you don't, go to shrinkhere.com and get it, and you get both editions right now, and then you'll get the third one as well. This visual came forward. This is the alchemical transformation of humanity itself. And as you're gazing at it, I'm going to use my cursor and hopefully you can see it. You see right there, that beautiful middle eye, and you see this thin, you see that very thin line going around that. That is the field of adaptability. The 2024 alchemical choice, and remember, we are in an ascension choice year. Humanity is making its critical decision. This is the year that will determine our future, period. And I'm not talking about just for the next few years. I'm talking about period. This is the year that determines our future. And this is why my beloved husband ascended on January 18th, because he knew that there was more to do and how critical this is. So the completion of the first spin of this new 50,000 year cycle that was established on the fertile foundation for the great spiral itself to emerge, remember that happened a year ago. So in 2023, in February 2023, we began this jettison of a 13-month cycle. We expanded. That first 13-month cycle just culminated. We have now in this moment entered what you're staring at. That's going to be in the background for the duration. That's not going anywhere. And whether or not that's going to be there in 2025, I can't tell you with all honesty, because I am committed to the integrity of what I share. I will not sacrifice for clickbait. I will just tell you the truth. And so when you gaze at this, it is emergence itself that is the key right now. And I'm going to stop the share because I want to remind us all, let's take a minute, and I want you to feel the gift of being emergence, right? And this is why I had these tattoos put on. And Shri insisted, and that's why I have the new dragon that Shri insisted. Because for us, the tattoos are very much about the anchoring of the energy and a recognition to the body, the mind, the spirit, and the consciousness that we are the living entity of a unified field. So I want you to breathe that in. And as you're breathing that in, feel free to send your questions. I know that they're being received. And I will share that, okay, I have a question here. I want to interrupt 1 second. And this one came from Nava. Hey, Angel. Hi, Nava. And oops, the phone closed. But the essence of the question, I think, was about the temple itself, right? The temple that we're here with. So I'm going to weave into that as I share with you this time out of time experience, because that's why I wanted to be here today. So thank you for queuing that up. And Edwin opened the phone again and said, thank you for sharing this blessing with us. Can you please share more information about the temple itself? I'm feeling the energies and the magic. Yes, that's our intention. So as you're feeling the energies and the magic, and as you're right here and you see it right there, first of all, it's an egg. It's a cosmic egg. And for those of you who've been to Tosa Blue Mountain, we also have the Temple of Light at Tosa Blue Mountain, which is direct alignment with this. And this is part of our cosmic heritage, which leads us to the time out of time experience. So I want to share with you right now, let's just go to the April calendar, because it's important for you to be seeing these dates again. So let me just remind us of what we're looking at. Because what we're looking at is that we're remembering that everything is yours to claim through I am divine mastery presence as Mercury takes flight. And look at April 1. That's when Mercury took flight. Look at you. You're walking into, if you allow your eyes to relax into the calendar, you see you're walking into the eye itself. That which anchored in March, I said it's here for the duration. April, this white mist, this creation energy is giving us this support. It very much feels to me like the universe said, look, you guys are so close to implosion. We're going to give you this 3-month cycle to remember who you are. We're going to give everyone a chance to re-up. Those who forgot who they are, those who gave up, those who thought it couldn't happen. Ignite your dream. Look what we're in right now. So you see what happened this past week. And if you were with us yesterday, we talked about this. The 3rd, the 4th, the 10th, and the 11th, we're in the bridge. We are in the bridge of a peak. That is a peak up level that began in March. You see that? It began before. That's where that tip came in. This is truly a 5-pointed star integration of the March awareness and the April experience, and how these two affect each other. Beginning again with that March 25th lunar eclipse, and culminating number 3 right up here, coming up tomorrow, with a full solar eclipse during the new moon, the double void ignition. And you notice that it will be the 25th of this month when Mercury retrograde officially releases. However, that post retrograde period is really, really important. And that's going to carry us into May, because in June, Saturn emerges. So everything is about going into this void, going into it looking for the balance of the polarity. So taking a deep breath, really relax a second. I'm going to check in to see if we have any messages, and then I want to show you how we got here and how we can continue. So Gary, hey Gary, how you doing, honey? He says, Shri has or backs Lynn. Yes, and I feel him a lot. He's amazing in every way. You know, Gary, you're going to make me cry. I really promised myself. I don't want to keep crying every time you guys see me on YouTube, but he's been appearing for a lot of people lately. And here's one's from Cherry. Hi, Cherry, honey. Namaste, beloved. So glad to connect with you, MLKR, and to see you back in INGAPRICA. So many wonderful memories there with you and Shri. So grateful. Thank you. You know, all of you, thank you for your love and support. And if you have not been here to visit me in Ecuador, if you think I'm a fake, if you don't know what's going on, come feel the integration of Shri and I. And I think that's why I'm not crying today. Yesterday was a very unique ensoulment where I actually felt Shri animating my body. It was caught on video. We'll get that released. And for all of you that are sending your love, thank you, because your love is how we're going to get through this. Remember that we are at a moment for humanity where everything is targeting you, especially the AI component. And the one thing I am committed to, that you have my word on, is that however long I may be here to serve you, whether it's a month, a year, 100 years, I will never do plastic surgery. I will not physically alter myself in any way other than receiving the benefits of reverse aging through living, number one, in this extraordinary country, but number two, living in the presence of knowing our eternal nature. As the unified field of Sri Ramka Kira Ra, and navigating that and learning how to navigate that, let's remember how we got here, shall we? And so I want to take you back right here to the guide. And if you have your guide, go back, please, and look at this, because this is really important, because the time at a time moment has not happened before and is a reflection of our collective consciousness offering itself a stability through the sea of neutrality. And so we began here. This anchored March 1. Now, let's take that moment to review, shall we? So the law of instantaneous manifestation is the informed, conscious awareness of your divine mastery presence beyond self-sabotage. And if you gaze at the graphics here on the left, you see that. The 5 medicines of the Yoga of Self-Ascension, consider that to look like a clock. 12 o'clock physical, 3 o'clock emotional, 6 o'clock physical, 9 o'clock spiritual. But what holds them together? You might have a cross of perfect balance, but it's wobbly. So you need that cog in the middle. What's the cog? It's your consciousness. It's you outside of all the false beliefs, all the false perceptions. It's you having the courage and integrity, because it takes both. It's you having the courage and integrity to stand in the center, to illuminate yourself as a witness, witnessing the witnesser of the witness. 9th, 7th, 5th, 3rd. To be able to expand into the knowing of forgive them, they know not what they do, love them, they know not what they do, without creating an imbalance in all that I am as you are. And so as you've been reading here, and you can come back and hit stop on this video later, here we are. On this next page that I'm opening for you, this is the alchemical emergence of the time out of time moment. And I want to invite you right now to just feel it. So there you go. I'm going to be quiet too. I'm even going to stop my video and invite you in this moment to bring your hands to your heart. Relax your eyes into the center. Notice what's spinning. Notice where you go. Notice the depth. I invite you to return to this YouTube video often, to stop it right here, play your favorite music, and allow yourself to journey with this visual art. This is the moment at hand. And the reason I chose to be at INGAPRICA is because this is exactly the energy that emanates here. Nava, this is what you were feeling. This is why I said we'd get back to it. We are in a time out of time moment. And in this time out of time moment that we are now in for the next 3 months, everything will reveal itself. Everything will pull at you. And the way through is to let go of time as you have known it, to relax into who you are, to honor the flow that's coming in through you, to stay in your multidimensional awareness of forgive them, they know not what they do, without it interfering with your peace, your love, and your joy. There's a lot being thrown out there to entrap humanity in a planetary thought body of the repetitive fear. Remember, when people are afraid, they will give away their power. But when people are terrified, they will give away their soul. And so look at your soul. Look at the fear. Is it inviting you to voluntarily give up all that you are? Or are you ready to claim the courage and integrity, to stand in the yoga of self-ascension, to smile, and to hold your presence? I know that I am as you are. And I know that my beloved Sri Ramka ascended so that I could stand here with greater courage and integrity. And I want to just share, as we're closing out, I want to share a beautiful comment from Robert. Hi, Robert. I love you, honey. And what he's saying is, thank you, MLKR, for your passion, your exuberance, enthusiasm, and devotion, and love and trust. Thank you for letting me model it and be with you. I am only here in form to do one thing, to make sure that my husband's life and that everything that we have been charged with through the universal consciousness of cosmic awareness happens. Because I care about you, I care about your children, and I really care about your children's children. That everyone can come here and hear birds and breathe fresh air. That everyone can collectively realize that together we are better. The polarity's coming for you. We're in a 3-month period. And with all my heart and soul, I really almost beg you to join me tomorrow night. Go to ShriAndKara.com, be there for tomorrow night for Monday Mastery, because tomorrow night, in the energy of the sun and the moon, of peace and love, of hate or war, or whatever energies are trying to come in around us, as the sun enters into this beautiful moment of a void, and specifically in Central and North America, too much for me to say on that. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow night. And as the moon also enters into her void, the two reflect each other. The unified field is available. Will it come together and weave in harmony, or will it be like the opposites of a magnet? Know that I love you. Know that this planet is ours, all of ours. You were here at the very, very beginning, which is the only reason you're connecting right now. Believe it or not is irrelevant. I'm just happy for this moment. Please visit ShriAndKara.com. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Monday night is when we go deep. The deep dive, a deep ceremony, where we will open up the alchemies that begin the lifting presence within the physical body to sustain the transformation into conscious awareness. Everything's expanding. I love you.